The following sponsored program is brought to you by CarMD. From beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida, it's the Saving Shopping Channel. This check engine light says this car needs a repair, but these car owners have no idea what's wrong or what it will cost. Is it a $200 oxygen sensor, a $2,000 catalytic converter, or just a loose gas cap? How can we know which one it is? And how do we prevent getting ripped off at a repair shop? Imagine if you could analyze your car's repair problems at home before you went to the repair shop. How much could you save?
I saved over $825.
CarMD actually saved me $1,500.
With CarMD, I've saved over $3,000.
CarMD has saved me over $5,000 just dealing with 2 cars over a 6-month period of time.
And now, here to tell you how CarMD can save you thousands of dollars on your auto repairs is the host of the Saving Shopping Channel, Mel Arthur.
Hi, I'm Mel Arthur, and welcome to the Saving Shopping Channel. Now, as you know, the Saving Shopping Channel is the place to save hundreds, even thousands of dollars. If it doesn't save you money, it's not on the Saving Shopping Channel. Now, we are talking about huge savings today, not just big savings. We're talking about huge savings. I'm talking about $500. I'm talking about $1,000. I'm talking about $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, even $5,000 or more with CarMD. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, $5,000 with CarMD. How is that possible? With this little device, let me tell you what it does. When you have a problem with your car, you take out CarMD and you plug it into the data port of your car that's usually found right under your steering wheel on every single car that's ever been manufactured since 1996. You plug it into that data port and CarMD will tell you exactly what is wrong with your car. That's amazing. Exactly what's wrong with your car. Is that not worth $500 to have that kind of knowledge, to be able to go into an auto repair shop to know exactly what's wrong with your car? But we're not done. CarMD gets even better than that, because CarMD not only tells you what's wrong with your car, it also tells you the parts that you need to fix your car. That should be worth another $500 right there. But it gets even better than that. It not only tells you what parts you need, it also tells you how much the parts are for your car and how much the labor should be, right down to your very zip code. CarMD is like a doctor for your car. It connects to the data port under your dash and interfaces with the onboard computer system of your car, examining the status of all the major systems, including the safety system, to determine the up-to-the-second health of your vehicle. I want you to hear from some folks right now that have had the typical horror stories that we've all had in the repair shops, and listen to how CarMD saved them money.
But when I came to a red light and the car would stall, I was very, very vulnerable. I tried several times with the dealer. Their quote was $2,200. I got out my CarMD. It showed that I needed a knock sensor. I found a replaceable knock sensor for $65. And compared to $2,200, me spending almost $70 for the repair, what an enormous savings it was. Not only did I save money, my car feels safe again.
My husband just got deployed to Iraq, and I don't know what to do now that the man of the house is no longer home. I had to take care of everything. When I went in for the inspection for my car, they told me there was something else totally wrong with my car. They wanted to charge me $1,200 for a repair. I couldn't afford that. Sure enough, I put on the CarMD and it told me that it was actually a sensor. I saved over $825 with it.
The service manager comes back and he says, "Your computer chip is bad." Okay, and I go, "Well, how much is it going to cost me?" He said, "Well, $1,500 to $1,600. And I said, "Thank you, I will think about it," and I left. Then I ran across CarMD. CarMD diagnostic tool plugged into the car, gave me a code. The code identified a problem. That problem actually was a repair that cost less than $100, and the check engine light has never come on again. I saved $1,500.
Aren't those stories absolutely amazing? The savings with CarMD are fantastic, and the peace of mind you get with CarMD is unbelievable. It's not just a device that's going to tell you what's wrong with your car, how much it's going to cost to fix your car, what the parts are, what the labor is. It's so much more than that. Let's say you're driving along and you get that dreaded check engine light come on. It's kind of like the blue screen of death on your computer. You know you're going to have a bad day. Here's what you do. Pull over to the side of the road, take the CarMD out of your glove box, and plug it into the data port. If you get a yellow light, that's going to indicate that what you have is a minor problem. In fact, 30% of all check engine lights end up just being a loose gas cap, something that you can fix yourself. Just drive home with your CarMD, plug it into your computer, get a complete report, and you'll find out exactly what you need to have done with your car and how involved the repair is going to be. However, if you get a red light, now you should be concerned because you may have a major problem with your car. You're going to see some codes come across the screen on your CarMD. If you're not sure what those codes are and you're not anywhere near a computer, it's real simple. Turn the CarMD over. Embossed on the back of the unit is an 800 number. That connects you to our customer support center, which is staffed by ASE certified technicians. Simply tell them what the code is, they'll tell you what the problem is, and if you're not sure how to get a tow truck out to you, they'll even call one for you. CarMD will save you money and give you peace of mind. If all it did was help you do repairs on your car, if all it did was help you with check engine lights, that would be worth $1,000. But there's still more. How about buying a used car? How big a mistake can you make if you buy a lemon when you buy a used car? But how do you check the car out? You can get a Carfax report, and maybe the Carfax report tells you the car's been in an accident, or maybe it's been repaired. Maybe the outside of the car looks great, but you don't know what's going on with the major systems inside the car. Simply plug in the CarMD. If you don't get a green light, you're not buying that car. Let me tell you how important that is. I want you to hear from folks who are in the business, people that sell used cars, people that go to the auto auctions. Listen to what they have to say about CarMD.
I sell used cars for a living, and I think the CarMD is a great tool to use for somebody buying a car to let them know if there's an existing problem.
A lot of cars come through the auctions that I work with, and I've got to be able to find out if they're good, if they're bad, instantly. To plug in a CarMD and find out within seconds as to what the condition of that car is just great for me. It really works.
So what have we learned? CarMD can help you to repair your car. CarMD can help you to diagnose your car when you're on the road when you get a check engine light. CarMD can help you buy a used car. So you can see that CarMD is going to save you money like you've never saved before. And it's an amazing piece of technology because you see this right here? This is what the automobile technicians use in the shops. This is a typical device. They cost $2,000. Great technology. Well, CarMD started out in the business originally 43 years ago manufacturing these diagnostic tools. And they've been doing that for 43 years. They have sold millions of diagnostic tools. But the key to what they were able to do for the consumer was to develop a database that had every car, every make, every model, every manufacturer since 1996, foreign and domestic. This database is massive. It's the permutations and combinations of all of this data represents billions of possibilities that have to be in that database. And that database is updated every 24 hours by thousands of ASC certified technicians that are on staff for CarMD. So the big question comes right now. Mel, this is great savings. This is unbelievable. I'm dying to get one. How do I get one? You're going to love what I'm going to tell you right now. We are doing the most amazing offer that has ever been done at the Savings Shopping Channel. I'm going to tell you right now, the phone lines are going to absolutely blow up. When the phone number comes up on the screen, you will want to be there immediately because you are going to love this. If I told you right now that CarMD was $1,000, you would probably say, Mel, for everything it does, for the peace of mind I get, for not getting ripped off in a repair facility ever again, worth every penny. Not even close. If I told you it was just $500, I mean, think about the savings. In fact, I haven't even mentioned recalls. Recalls are free repairs that you get with manufacturers. You don't know about them. You forget about them. You never see the letters when they come in the mail. Well, CarMD is going to tell you about the recalls. So that's easily worth $500 because of all the free repairs you're going to get with CarMD. Not even close. Not even $400. At $300, every phone line in America is going to call in for CarMD because this is the biggest savings you've ever seen in the automotive industry. You're going to save on parts. You're going to save on labor. You're going to save on mistakes. You're not going to get ripped off by a repair facility because you didn't know what was going on. But we're not even close to $300. At $200, Everybody's calling their friends and neighbors. They're saying, you've got to get in on this. You've got to have one. We got to get a couple of them. Everybody in the family needs to have one at $200. But again, we're not even in the ballpark. Not even $190, not even $180, not even $170, not even $160. At $150, it's a sellout. But we're not done. That's still not there. Not even $140, not even $130, not even $120. If you want CarMD, we'll send it out to you absolutely free. F-R-E-E, absolutely free to try for 30 days. Put it in your glove box. Drive around 1,000 miles with it. Take it to a repair facility. Shop for a used car. Check out 5 used cars, 10 used cars. Use it on your wife's car, your husband's car, your children's car, your parents' car. Use it for 30 full days. And if for any reason you don't fall in love with it, if you're not amazed by the savings, if you don't get that great peace of mind, if you feel like you're never going to be ripped off again, send it back and you owe nothing because we didn't charge you a penny, nothing, zero, nada, Zippo, nothing, not a single cent to try out CarMD. Now, if that was just it right there, this would be the best deal you've ever seen on the Savings Shopping Channel, but we're still not done. For everybody that calls in right now, we're going to give you the CarMD accessory kit. You see it right here. That includes the CarMD extender cable, the batteries, the CarMD CD, and you get the CarMD caddy that keeps your CarMD nice and safe and tucked away when it's in your glove box. That's a $50 value that's yours for free if you call in right now, but I'm still not done. CarMD is so sure it's going to analyze your car correctly every single time. If it ever makes a single mistake and misdiagnoses your car, they'll pay for the repairs up to $500. That's their get it right the first time guarantee. If this is not the greatest deal you have ever seen on the Savings Shopping Channel, I don't know what is. I don't want you to take my word for it. I don't want you to take the word of the folks that love their CarMD already. I want you to hear from people who are in the know, that work with these diagnostic tools in shops. When they've tried CarMD, listen to what mechanics and ASE certified technicians have to say about CarMD.
Being a mechanic, I would say the CarMD is a lot better than some of the $5,000 or $6,000 plus diagnostic machines that you can buy from other companies. With the simple fact that you can plug it into your laptop or desktop and see the parts cost, the labor cost of what it's roughly going to cost you if you were to take it into a mechanic and have them fix it, or if you are mechanically inclined, fix it yourself.
Well, with the CarMD, what impressed me the most was hooking it up to the internet. You have access to their database, and it basically tells you what the most probable cause is going to be. And I checked it out 3 or 4 times, compared to what we found wrong and what they recommended and everything. And it was exactly the same thing. I mean, 100%. And they even give you an estimate as to if you need that repair, how much it's going to cost. And it was within a couple of bucks of what we would normally charge the customers.
All over television, they're talking about CarMD. Awards, major awards. We're talking about awards from PC World, from Macworld, from CES. But I want to talk to you about this award right here because this, to me, is the most prestigious technology award that you can get. We all know that Thomas Alva Edison is arguably the greatest inventor of all time. The man was responsible for almost 1,100 different patents. And, of course, he's the father of the light bulb. Well, years ago, they started the Edison Foundation to honor the latest and greatest, newest technology. Listen to some of the winners of the Edison Award. The OnStar anti-theft system, Motorola Droid cell phone, the Apple iPad, and last year, CarMD. I want to put this award in perspective in this industry. It's like what the Academy Award is to movies. It's like what the Emmy Award is in television, what the Tony Award is to Broadway, what a Grammy Award is to music. That's what the Edison Award is in technology. And when CarMD can win an award like this and get mentioned in the same breath with the iPad and the Motorola Droid cell phone and the OnStar anti-theft system, you are talking about credibility that is unsurpassed in the automotive industry.
All I want with my car and dealing with mechanics is peace of mind. And with CarMD, I get that.
CarMD has saved me $600 and once even saved our family vacation.
CarMD has probably saved me several $1,000s over the past few years.
I figured CarMD saved me $1,000 and put it in my pocket. I have a 2000 Chevrolet Impala that had an intermittent check engine light. Took it into the inspection station. The guy inspected it. He said it is the catalytic converter. It will cost you approximately $900 to $1,000 plus the labor, everything to change it all out. It's difficult for me to believe that because it had just passed every environmental test that it was going to be needing. With CarMD, I was able to diagnose the problem to the valve, and I was able to fix that problem for $4 and a few pennies. No check engine light. It has been gone now for well over 12,000 miles, and the automobile is riding perfect.
I'm telling you, the stories just get better and better. Excuse me one second, Dave.
Yes.
What? Dave, my floor director, just told me the phone lines are going absolutely nuts. And why not? Because we're talking about huge savings right here. We're talking about $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. It could be even more than that with CarMD. But also what you get with CarMD is peace of mind. That's right. We're talking about peace of mind, not only for the men, but I found this very interesting. When I started telling all my friends and neighbors about CarMD, all the women that I talked to said, Mel, we feel disrespected whenever we walk into a repair shop. And I know that seems to be a common thought. Well, I want you to hear from some women right now who've had CarMD, who love CarMD, who have been empowered by CarMD. Listen to this.
I love it. Can't live without it. Should always be in my car.
One of the things that really strikes fear in my heart is having car problems and knowing I have to go and face the mechanic. Now, I know that when I walk in there, it's going to be assumed that I have stupid stamped across my forehead. But if I have the CarMD, I can run the diagnostic before I go into the mechanic. So he can no longer charge me an exorbitant amount. I like my CarMD because it makes me feel safe.
Women really need to keep in mind that going to the side of the road, having an accident or breakdown, not only costs you a lot of money, but is a safety issue for you. CarMD allows you to really diagnose to see if there are potential problems and get them fixed before you break down on the side of the road.
Remember, all you have to do with CarMD is plug it into the data port of your car. It's immediately going to tell you what's wrong with your car. It's going to tell you what parts you need to repair it, how much the parts should be, how much the labor should be in your area. If you have a check engine light, it's going to tell you whether it's a serious problem or a non-serious problem. If you're thinking about buying a used car, you could save thousands with CarMD by not buying a lemon. And let's talk about recalls right now, because CarMD is going to tell you about recalls, which are free repairs. Now, we've all gotten recall letters, and you know what? They usually end up in the trash. You know why? We all get junk mail on a daily basis, and it's mail like, you owe $98,590 more on your house. I can get you a 1% mortgage. You need a swimming pool. You need a new roof. Maybe you just live in an apartment. You don't really need a new roof, do you? But we all get this junk mail. Well, mixed in with the junk mail is sometimes a letter that comes in a very innocuous envelope, black and white envelope, and that is an automotive recall letter. Now, how many of those have you unknowingly thrown in the trash? That is a free repair. Let me give you an example. If you have a catalytic converter that goes bad on your car, and there was a recall for that, and you took it to a repair shop instead and paid for it, maybe you spent $500, maybe you spent $1,000, maybe you took $2,000 and threw it in the trash. If you're not aware of your recalls, you could be throwing away money on an annual basis. So we're talking about throwing away big money. But you're going to get CarMD to try absolutely free, and you'll be able to check all the recalls that you have on your car.
When you get that check engine light, it's the worst feeling because you don't know what is it going to be. It could be a simple $5 fix, or it can be a $2,000 fix. You never know. So it's a bad feeling. The dealership wanted to charge me $1,500, but once I found out through CarMD that there was a recall for my vehicle, I took it back to the dealer. The dealership was haggling about fixing it or not, but in the end, they did fix it because it was a recall. This little thing right here, it's a miracle. $1,500 in my pocket. It was the best money I invested.
We sent John Curley with the CarMD mobile testing facility to the Westside Pavilion Mall. He stopped perfect strangers and analyzed their cars with CarMD Wait till you see their reactions when they heard the results.
My light keeps coming on and off.
Why don't you take it in?
They told me they needed upfront money for them to diagnose it.
They want to charge me $100 to just plug it in and look at it.
I'm afraid of what it might be. I'm trying to get this thing in. It's $500 at least just to get it tested.
It's $150 just to do the diagnosis.
Right.
And then they have all of these problems they say it has, and then they charge you an arm and a leg.
So what if you could diagnose it yourself?
That would be awesome.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You are about to find out what is wrong with your car. So look at this. Big green check for you, which means your engine is fine, okay? Here's the interesting thing. There's been a recall on the seatbelt latch in the front seat. And here's the beauty. You ready? Cost? Nothing for you.
Really?
Really. What CarMD found for you is you have 7 recalls on this car right now. And you were driving around with some brake fluid problems, the fact that you had none.
Oh my God.
The good news is that the recalls don't cost you anything, okay? You take them in and they would take care of them. How's it make you feel?
Hugely relieved, and it's provided me with information that could literally save my life.
There's a recall on this car. There could be a leak in the gas tank, and that could also be part of the problem as well. So what CarMD has done for you is what, John?
Saving about $1,000. Would have had to buy it in my own gas tank. I don't know about the recall. New gas cap, and then another $200 to get it diagnosed.
They've got some mysterious machine they plug in and then they know, and now I know.
What do you have?
I have CarMD.
Without question, this is the biggest money-saving deal we have ever offered here at the Savings Shopping Channel. Take a look at this. Thousands and thousands, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in possible savings on your car. Money that you could be throwing in the trash, but now you're saving and using for other things. I mean, this is like a stimulus program for America right here. I mean, think about all the savings that people are going to have. I mean, this technology is this. This is a multi-$1,000 analyzer right here through current technology that CarMD has been able to develop. They have miniaturized it and made it easy and simple to use that anybody, including my 97-year-old mother, could plug it in and tell what's wrong with her car. Now, I don't let her drive anymore. That's a good thing. But anybody can use it. And it's so accurate, if they ever misdiagnose a problem, they'll pay up to $500 to make the repair. What company has ever done anything like that? And remember, they're sending it out to you absolutely free. This is free, free, free. You don't pay a dime. You don't pay a penny. You don't pay a centavo. You don't pay a single cent. You get it absolutely free to try for 30 days. Check out as many cars as you want. Go buy a used car with it. Save a couple of $1,000s by buying a used car, by checking out the lemons on the lot. Now, I want you to take a look at 2 pictures. This is a lemon. This could be a lemon. Now, this lemon over here looks good on the outside, but it leaves a sour taste in your mouth on the inside. This car looks good on the outside, but we don't know what the current health of that car is on the inside. That's where CarMD comes in, because when you make a mistake in buying a used car, I want you to think about this. Do you realize that an automobile is probably the first or second largest purchase you're ever going to make in your life? If you make a mistake in buying a used car, it could cost you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Now, we asked Chris Jacobs, who was the host of that nationally televised show, Overhauling, and who is an automotive expert, to go to a used car lot and test out 4 used cars using CarMD in probably under 2 minutes. Watch how easy it is to eliminate the lemons and find the good car with CarMD.
Looking at all the cars out there, it's hard to tell from the outside what's going on inside. CarMD's patented red, yellow, and green light system makes shopping for used cars easy and fun. It'll pay for itself the first time you use it and can save you thousands of dollars over the life of your car.
A lot of cars come through the auctions that I work with, and I've got to be able to find out if they're good, if they're bad, instantly. To plug in a CarMD and find out within seconds as to what the condition of that car is just great for me. It really works.
As a car expert, I already know about cars. I know how they should feel, I know how they drive, but the CarMD tool gives me the information I need to also become a smart car buyer.
I was looking at buying a new car because the dealer's shop couldn't find out what the problem was, and I really couldn't deal with that, having to do a lot of driving. So with the CarMD, finding what the problem was and getting it fixed, I not only saved the money of having to replace spark plugs every few months, But I saved the money of having to buy a new car, which I thought I was going to have to do.
CarMD prevents small problems from becoming big problems. Let me give you an idea. Let's say you've got a bad spark plug in your car, but you don't know about it. Well, that part could be maybe $5. But eventually, if you keep driving around with that bad spark plug, you're going to have a bad ignition coil. And when you have a bad ignition coil, down the road, you're going to ruin your catalytic converter, and that could be another $500, $1,000, maybe $2,000 in the trash. So you had a small problem become a big problem. But when you have CarMD, that's not going to happen. It's going to diagnose those small problems immediately, saving you money. Now, let's say you're driving around with that check engine light on. You think, okay, I can tempt fate. Nothing seems to be going wrong. But what could be happening in your car is you're using more and more gas because your engine is running richer and richer and richer, and you're becoming poorer and poorer and poorer. But that'll never happen with CarMD. So CarMD saves you money every time you go to the pump.
You know, a lot of people are looking for ways to keep their car longer, and it can help you prevent damage by learning early that there may be a small problem with your car. You take it into the shop, you do preventative maintenance, and then you save the money of the larger, more expensive repair.
The first time you use it, it could save you hundreds of dollars off of any repair bill.
CarMD has saved my family at least $800.
My favorite thing about CarMD is just the ease of use. How easy it is to use in the car, how easy it is to hook up to your computer, how easy the website is. Just everything about CarMD is just a breeze. It actually told me that I had a brake sensor out before I even knew the brake sensor was gone. So my brakes could have went out or they could have locked up. Without CarMD, I could have a breakdown on the road and be stuck somewhere. I then used it on other vehicles and it saved me over $3,000 in the past year alone. I love CarMD. It's one of the best tools on the market.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I promised my wife I'd never say that on television. Maybe she's not watching. But this is a winner, folks. We're talking about saving $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 or more. Look at this. CarMD could pay for itself the very first time you use it. Plus, you're going to get peace of mind. You're going to be empowered with CarMD. And you're going to get to try it home absolutely free for not a single penny for 30 days. They're also going to guarantee if it ever misdiagnoses a repair on your car, they'll pay up to $500 to make that repair. That's unheard of. You've never seen anything like that on television. But you have to dial in right now. Why? Because this is a limited. Did I say limited? I mean limited quantity. Stay on the phone lines. If you get a busy signal, call back. If you have to sit on hold, stay there. If they're sold out, get a reservation because you will not find this anywhere. This is not available in any retail store. It's not available anywhere else in the world. It is only available here at the Savings Shopping Channel. Remember, this is award-winning technology, winner of the Edison Award. Talk about satisfied customers, over 1 million satisfied customers. Better Business Bureau rating, A+. You can't beat that. You've heard from mechanics. You've heard from used car dealers, from automobile brokers who go to the auctions to buy cars. You've heard from people who are automotive experts, everyday folks who have saved thousands and thousands of dollars with CarMD. This is the single most important purchase you can ever make for your automobile, but you've got to get on the phone lines right now. Don't get ripped off. Get CarMD.
The preceding sponsored program was brought to you by CarMD.